In every woman's heart lies a quiet question. Can he handle me? Psychology reveals that women subconsciously test a man's masculinity, not to play games, but to feel safe in his strength. By the end of this video, you'll know the 9 hidden signs that show when she's testing you, and how to pass every single one with calm confidence. Most men miss these signals, and that's when attraction quietly dies. But you won't, because you're about to see what psychology says only emotionally intelligent men understand. Every act of attraction is a psychological dance, a push and pull between curiosity and safety, dominance and comfort. These 9 signs aren't random mood swings. They are rooted in the unspoken language of human behavior, what researchers call subconscious fitness testing. Let's decode them, one by one. Sign 1. She challenges your opinions. You're talking, and suddenly, she disagrees. Not harshly, but with just enough pressure to see if you'll flinch. Psychology calls this a dominance probe, a subtle test of your inner strength. She's not attacking your ideas, she's testing your confidence. Will you stand firm or bend for approval? If you hold your ground calmly, maybe even with a touch of humor, you pass. But if you rush to win her validation, attraction fades fast. Think of it like emotional arm wrestling. She's smiling while checking your strength. When a woman challenges your opinion, she's not being difficult. She's subconsciously asking, "Can I trust your stability?" Sign 2. She goes cold suddenly. One moment she's warm and fully engaged, the next, suddenly distant. Don't panic. Psychology calls this a freeze test, an instinctive way women measure a man's emotional stability. She's watching. Will you chase, complain, or stay centered? Your reaction matters more than words. Stay calm, unreactive, and she feels safe again, knowing her moods don't control you. That's when attraction quietly grows. So next time she goes quiet, smile. You're being tested. This isn't rejection, it's a subtle signal of interest. Sign 3. She playfully teases or provokes you. She teases, jokes, or playfully provokes you, not to insult, but to test your composure. Psychology calls this rapport testing, a way for women to see if you can handle tension with confidence and humor. Your reaction matters. If you laugh, tease back, or respond calmly, you signal emotional strength. If you overreact or take it personally, attraction falters. Think of it like a test disguised as fun. If she calls you trouble, it's not rejection, it's flirtation in disguise. Handling it with ease shows her you're steady, confident, and intriguing. Sign 4. She delays responding or cancels plans. When she delays responding or cancels plans, it's rarely about you personally. Psychology calls this a commitment test. She's observing how you handle uncertainty and your ability to stay grounded. If you panic, beg, or try too hard, you signal neediness. Stay calm, continue your day, and she senses stability and confidence. This subtle push and pull is a way of seeing if your emotions are independent of hers. The men who pass this test aren't chasing. They're steady, composed, and magnetic, quietly proving that their value doesn't depend on immediate validation. Sign 5. She observes how you treat others. Notice how she watches you interact with people, waiters, strangers, even someone with nothing to offer. Psychology calls this social value assessment. She's subconsciously measuring your empathy, respect, and strength of character. Kindness shows moral integrity, but assertiveness shows security. She's looking for a man who can protect without being weak, lead without being cruel. Every gesture matters: how you speak, how you move, how you react. These subtle observations tell her more about your masculinity than words ever could, and passing this silent test deepens her attraction profoundly. Sign 6. She flirts then withdraws. She leans in, laughs at your jokes, maybe even touches your arm, then suddenly pulls back. Psychology calls this a proximity test, gauging if your desire controls you or if you remain grounded. Chase, and you fail. Stay steady, unreactive, and she's drawn to your calm confidence. Oscillating closeness allows her to test your emotional independence. Men who master this don't need to prove themselves. Their presence alone excites curiosity. True attraction grows when a woman senses a man is unshakable, letting her come closer on her own terms. Sign 7. She tests your emotional boundaries. She might overshare her struggles, complain about men, or bring up heavy topics, not to burden you, but to test your emotional stability. Psychology calls this a boundary test, seeing if you can hold space for her emotions without losing your own balance. Listen with empathy, but don't overreact or try to fix everything. Your calm presence signals strength and reliability. Women are subconsciously drawn to men who can remain steady under emotional pressure. Passing this test builds deep trust and quiet attraction, showing her you're a man she can rely on emotionally without feeling overwhelmed. Sign 8. She questions your purpose. She might ask, "Where are you headed in life?" Or "What do you really want?" This isn't casual curiosity, it's a directionality test. Psychology reveals women are wired to feel attraction toward men with purpose and vision. Drift aimlessly, and you seem unsafe. Speak clearly about your goals, and you radiate stability and strength. This subtle probe measures your long-term reliability. Answer with calm confidence, and she subconsciously feels drawn to your direction. Women instinctively respect men who know where they're going, making attraction grow quietly but powerfully over time. Sign 9. She tests your self-respect. Sometimes she flirts with another man, or subtly ignores you, not to hurt, but to see if you'll lose composure. Psychology calls this mate value testing. She's assessing your self-worth and stability. React needily, and attraction fades. Hold your ground, maintain calm, and your self-respect becomes magnetic. True masculinity isn't about control, it's grounded confidence. When you stay unshaken, she feels safe and drawn to your strength. The quieter, composed man often becomes the one she can't stop noticing or respecting. Remember, these signs aren't games to win. They're instincts rooted in psychology, designed to test your strength, not your ego. The power of a man lies not in manipulating these signals, but in understanding them with wisdom and respect. If you found this video eye-opening, give it a like. It tells YouTube this message matters. Comment below which sign you've seen before, or which test caught you off guard. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it. And subscribe for more deep, psychological insights into attraction and human behavior. Because understanding female psychology isn't about control. It's about becoming the kind of man who no longer needs to prove himself.